Welcome back, Patriots. In this episode, we're talking all about CNN and Jake Tapper because the debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is just a few days away. And we're being told CNN is the most trustworthy news site. We're being told that Jake Tapper is a phenomenal, unbiased reporter. Well, let's see some receipts of Jake Tapper as well as CNN and just see how unbiased their news reporting is and see how trustworthy CNN as a site is as well. Here's Jake Tapper cutting off a Trump advisor saying, I've wasted enough time with my viewers.
The people that you don't connect with and understand, the people whose manufacturing jobs have left, who've been besieged by high crime communities, and who've been affected by a policy of uncontrolled immigration, those voices, those experiences don't get covered on this network. That's why, to prove the point, I was booked to talk about the very issues I'm just describing, and you're not even asking about them because they're not interesting facts to you.
That's not true. I have plenty of questions on immigration. You've attempted to filibuster by talking about your flights with the president.
I
want to ask you a question because
don't be condescending, Jake.
Stephen,
Jake,
the president and the White House.
The reason why I want to talk about
the president and the White House.
The reason why I want to talk about the president's experiences, what I've seen with him traveling to meet dozens of foreign leaders, with his incredible work.
Okay, you're not answering the questions.
No,
I understand.
You have 24 hours a day of anti-Trump material. You're not going to give 3 minutes for the American people to hear the real experience of Donald Trump.
There's one viewer that you care about right now, and you're being obsequious. You're being a factotum in order to please him. Okay.
No.
And I think I've wasted enough of my viewers' time. Thank you, Stephen. As Republicans, lawmakers call for Attorney General Jeff Sessions to resign. In a major reversal, Democrats are now coming.
There you have it, folks. That's one example. We have another example of CNN here cutting off another Trump person talking about who Trump is, what Trump's done, and everything about Trump. CNN does not like it. Mind you, this is the station that is hosting the debate in just a few days.
Well, first of all, it takes someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently
stop this interview if you're going to keep
President
attacking
Trump
my colleagues.
Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue
stating,
to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to.
There's a real common theme here of CNN cutting people off that's giving speech that they don't like because CNN likes to censor speech that they don't like. And they've also promulgated hoaxes, they've pushed false narratives, and that's why Donald Trump said that they were fake news. They're not with the people, they're an enemy of the people. So here's another example of CNN and Jake Tapper spreading a hoax.
All have to stand up and speak out against this kind of bigotry so that it is never normalized, so that we don't give these people oxygen that they're looking for. They are the
By the way, this dude right here is such a rhino. Such a rhino.
fringe. Let's keep them at the fringe. And that's why I think we have to have this moral clarity. And I'm pleased with the things he just said tonight to add clarity to the confusion that I think he gave us on Tuesday.
I think the issue that Eric was expressing is the reluctance to criticize President Trump for specifically saying things like very fine people were marching in that rally that had swastikas and anti-Semitic chants. And there were not any very fine people in that rally.
Right, that's right, that's right, that's right.
And it wasn't morally ambiguous. It was morally wrong.
Yeah.
That's what the president said.
It goes to show you, folks, this was debunked. I mean, Snopes came out with an article. I mean, hell, we debunked it ourselves because we could see the exact video of what Donald Trump really said that day. But this is them spreading this false information, this fake news. You got a bunch of freaking actors out there in the audience going, oh yeah, that's true, it's true. None of it is true. They promulgate fake news. They'll continue to promulgate fake news. Here he is in 2017 falsely reporting the Russiagate dossier and saying it was corroborated. Oh, it's real. I mean, why? Because we got a bunch of knuckleheads that signed a letter about it. Here we are.
New information about that ongoing investigation into those allegations raised in a collection of memos created by a former British intelligence agent at the time he made the memos for political opponents of then candidate Donald Trump. Jim Sciutto and Evan Perez have been working the story. And Jim, let's start with you. What precisely have investigators learned?
Well, Jake, for the first time, U.S. investigators say that they have corroborated some of the communications detailed in a 35-page dossier compiled by a former British intelligence agent. CNN was first to report last month that then President-elect Donald Trump and President Barack Obama were briefed on the existence of the memos prior to the inauguration. Until now, U.S. officials have said that none of the content or allegations have been verified. But now,
none of the content, nothing's been verified, but we corroborated it. We know it's real. We know it's legit. This is what CNN is going to look like when they host a debate with Donald Trump. At the beginning, they'll act like they're not biased. They'll act like, oh, we're trustworthy. Look at the questions that we're proposing. You know, we're going to treat each side fairly. After the harm that they've done with their words, with their freaking falsehoods that they've done to Donald Trump over the last 8 years is absolutely ridiculous. I'm glad Donald Trump signed on to do this debate, but you know what? Trump is in basically a 3v1 here, where you got CNN, Biden, as well as the two people that are running the debate, all working together against this guy. So here's Jake Tapper again, angrily demanding CNN cut off Trump's live coverage being greeted by Cubans in a Miami restaurant. Why? Because they don't want to see people of minority descent actually going out and supporting Donald Trump. Here we go.
National security laws and then obstructing and refusing to cooperate with the FBI.
Yeah, whatever this spectacle is that's unfolding before us, let's remember what this case is about. Let's remember what this indictment charges. Again, Donald Trump is charged with a series of federal felonies for mishandling the most sensitive government documents that we have, and for obstruction of justice, along with Walt Nauta, who is charged with intentionally setting up lies to the grand jury, to the FBI. Any way you look at this, and again, despite whatever may be going on in that restaurant, this case isn't going to be settled legally in a cafe. It's going to be settled in the court based on the facts and law.
The folks in the control room, I don't need to see any more of that. He's trying to turn this in. He's trying to turn it into a spectacle, into a campaign ad. That's enough of that. We've seen it already. Let's go over again the 37 charges that Donald Trump is facing right now. We don't have to go into each one.
Sure.
But
I don't want to see any more of that. He doesn't like Donald Trump. We get it. CNN doesn't like Donald Trump. But here's the thing. That outlet sucks. There's more YouTubers out there on an individual level that get more viewers than CNN does. Nick at Night, Nickelodeon's channel, when everybody's asleep, gets more viewer than CNN and Jake Tapper combined. The outlet sucks. Jake Tapper sucks. And at least we're aware of who the guy is going into the debate. We already know Donald Trump knows that, but they're going to rub the shoulders and the feet of Joe Biden because Joe Biden is a doddering old fool. The guy's out there at Camp David practicing and training just to stand up for 90 minutes straight. That is not a joke. That was a report that was leaked on the news. I believe it was ABC or somebody else covered it, that Joe Biden's training just to be able to stand up for 90 minutes. We know they're going to give him softball questions. They've been giving him softball questions for 4 years now, like, Mr. President, what's your name? What's today's date? Oh, what's that you're eating? Is that your favorite ice cream? What is your favorite ice cream, Mr. President? These are hardball questions, according to the press. We see what we're dealing with here. Hope that you all see behind the curtain of what CNN plans to do to Donald Trump during this debate. Hit that like and subscribe button if you feel like we deserved it. Leave us a comment down below. Who do you think is going to win? Donald Trump, Joe Biden? Would love to hear from you folks, and I'll see you next time here on The Paul Brad Show.